Support WrestleTalk!
Order a t-shirt.
The superstar shakeup of 2018 is now in the past. Joe feels like he's part of the furniture on SmackDown Live, and Bobby Roode's Glorious is already stuck in the head of every Raw wrestler. It was a really interesting shakeup, with all of SmackDown's midcard heading over to Raw, while Team Blue got quality over quantity. While you can't say there were any bad moves in the superstar shakeup, let's look at 5 wrestlers who should have also been traded. Number 1, Finn Balor. Perhaps a really obvious choice, Finn Balor seemed like he was destined to head over to SmackDown Live in the shakeup. His New Japan cohorts AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura are on top of the division. His good brothers Gallows and Anderson have also gone over, and he's more likely to get a main event push on Team Blue than he is on Raw, which will be dominated by Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, and Bobby Lashley. But yet the leader of Balor Club, which was an actual thing for a couple of weeks, is sticking around on Monday night. Balor heading to SmackDown just made sense. The feud between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura is begging for Finn to join in, and the idea of Demon Finn facing off against Sanity is rather appealing. It feels like Finn has hit a certain ceiling on Raw. He might be the Royal Rumble Iron Man, but he can't seem to ascend any further than that. Number 2, The Revival. The tag team division on Raw is suddenly interesting again after a pretty woeful 2017, where every team apart from The Bar was made to look like complete jobbers. Authors of Pain debuted on the Raw after Mania. Woken, Matt Hardy, and Bray Wyatt have a lot of intrigue about them. Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler open up some possibilities, and there's a chance we could see a team like the Ascension, Breezango, Titus Worldwide, Miz Siraj, or Heath Slater and Rhino be taken seriously. But having said that, Revival need a clean start if we're going to see the brilliance from them we saw down in NXT. 2 very serious injuries at different times really derailed Revival's early push, and they've been nothing but a joke since. Being beaten up by D-Generation X on Raw 25, jobbed out on TV, and tossed from the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal by the Miz Taraj of all people. Over on SmackDown Live, they would have been able to get involved with the New Day, Usos, and Bludgeon Brothers. Fresh and exciting feuds. One quick debut where they dominate an established team, and all of a sudden they seem like a threat again. Hopefully they will find what they need on Raw with a more stacked division, but I don't want to be here this time next year asking why the Revival are still treated like comedy geeks. Number 3, Ty Dillinger. Speaking of a clean slate, and Ty Dillinger is someone in dire need of one. This is almost hard to believe, but Ty Dillinger has been on the SmackDown Live main roster for over a year. An entire year, and what has he got to show for it? Remember how over he was in NXT? Remember how over 10 was? The issue he has now on SmackDown Live is that the position he could be in, mid-card to upper mid-card, is full with bigger names who don't have the baggage he has. Jeff Hardy, The Miz, Daniel Bryan, Big Cass, Andrade, Cien, Almas, and Sanity. That's a tough lineup to break into. Not only that, but the past episode of SmackDown Live almost hinted that he would be part of a comedy team with R-Truth. Hardly the career kickstart he's in need of. But on Raw, he would have been part of that former SmackDown mid-card who are all looking to be 2018's breakout star. He would have been able to get into that Intercontinental Championship picture easier, something he needs if people are going to start taking him seriously. Number 4, Nikki Cross. No, I'm not going to give this up. Why wasn't Nikki Cross called up with the rest of Sanity? Did SmackDown have too many women on the show? Is that even a thing? Number 4, Bayley. As a more serious suggestion, Bayley is a classic example of something that worked to utter perfection in developmental, butchered by incompetent booking and poor storytelling on the main roster. The all-time classic she had with Sasha Banks at TakeOver Brooklyn or the Iron Man match from TakeOver Respect are now just distant memories. A clean start on a new brand would have been a great help for Bayley, particularly when Raw clearly sees Sasha as the bigger star and Ronda Rousey is destined to dominate the division. And given what a wet fart of a feud we've had recently between her and Banks, getting her far away from Sasha for a while would really help both careers. Number 5, Randy Orton. When you look at the lineup SmackDown Live has to offer, and what a lineup it is, Randy Orton seems oddly out of place. I am excited to see the matches he's going to have with everyone on the blue brand, but I can't help but think he'd have been better off going to Raw, where he can be part of that main event scene, which really needs some name recognition once Brock Lesnar finally drops the belt. At present, there are only 3 contenders to the Universal Championship: Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley, and Braun Strowman. Joe's now on SmackDown, and Rollins and Balor have seemingly been slotted into that IC picture. All of Raw's trades were mid-card guys. They didn't get a big main event level name. unless you count former WWE Champion Jinder Mahal. And they could have had that with Randy Orton. I know it's 2018 and seeing Randy in the main event isn't everyone's cup of tea, but I'd rather see him there than on SmackDown Live feuding over the United States Championship. But those are just our views. What do you think? Who would you have liked to have seen traded from Raw to SmackDown and vice versa? Let us know in the comments below. And we've got great content here on WrestleTalk, so click the videos on screen right now for more awesome wrestling content.